This is AC Starlord, and welcome to my channel, or AKA Austin. And again, I'm back with the Batman video. I know that you guys must already seen, or must already seen the video, or if you haven't seen the Batman movie video that I talked about with Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis. Um, that the brand newest one, the Batman, that's out. But I promised you guys a marathon, right? With even Christian Bell and all that stuff, even some animated ones. Well, this one's going to be a collection or a collective of animated movies. Funny reason why I laughed is because I have a church group called The Collective that you might have seen on this channel. Anyways, it's a collective of animated movies that are all seemingly connected, but they're Batman stories. So the first one we're going to start off with is Under the Red Hood, and then the next one is The Killing Joke, and then it is um, Death in the Family Batman movie. Why they're all connected, you're about to figure out. The reason why I don't mention The Killing Joke first, even though The Killing Joke has an origin of a certain character that I already mentioned, Under the Red Hood, is because Under the Red Hood came first before these other animated movies. And I think the reason why that is because Under the Red Hood was one of the first stories that they told before they can do other animated Batman movies. So, anyways, that's what I believe. So, Under the Red Hood is basically told a story as this, where Batman and Robin were trying to get chase down the Joker, and they did. But Batman ended up doing something on the other side of Gotham. Uh, Robin ended up finding Joker. Joker had the upper hand on uh, Robin, which was Jason Todd at that time. And well, let's just say that he really almost murdered Jason Todd to death with a crowbar, which he does, which he almost does, but which he kinda did, but not really. And Batman was on the other side of Gotham. He was in the race of time to get to Jason Todd, his Robin. Also because it was set up from the Joker that way, and he was a race against time to get to the shed. Now, I stop right there because there was a shed he gets beat up in a shed, and there's also there's again also that something that happens. But at this time, this movie was an interactive movie, and you can pick the choice that happen. Well, you can pick the choice what happens Jason, to Jason Todd, or the Joker, or Batman, and the movie stops at some point to interact. Now, when I got this movie, it didn't give me that opportunity because I got the movie too late. It was just a regular standard DVD. But when originally got this movie on DVD, I don't think it was Blu-ray at the time. You can set what happened to these characters. Even when even on the Red Hood was a comic book, you could vote in or mail in your suggestions of what happens to these three characters. So, as we go back into the story, Batman was a race of time, and most people picked killing off Jason Todd because people wanted to see what happened. So they kill off Jason Todd. The the shed blows up. Batman gets there enough time for it to blow up, but Jason was um, already dead. It took Batman a long time to get grieve all that, and the Joker was out there just doing his thing. So, months go by, and he finds this vigilante taking down like the head crime people of Gotham with a single blow with a gun and everything like that. But before we can get to that, Batman was devastated for that to happen. He didn't know what to do, so he didn't. He just fought crime to, you know, digest what happened. So then he ends up finding this mystery person, which is the Red Hood, and he has a conversation with the Red Hood. The Red Hood have a conversation with the Red Hood. Also, um, Nightwing gets involved. One of the other Jasons, which is Dick Grayson, helps Batman take down that, and then we eventually get the origin story of what happened to Jason Todd. Again, of course, Ra's al Ghul puts him in the puts him in the pit of what Ra's al Ghul has, the Raz's pit, and he recreates. Um, he gets reerected and recreates his own personality with rage and everything. That's why he wants to take down all the crime bosses. And then at some point later down the road in the movie, it comes down from Jason Todd, the Joker, and Batman, and Jason Todd. Jason Todd gives Batman a choice. It's either me or him that lives. And Batman, of course, knowing Batman, because the reason why I'm not telling you everything is I have other two movies to talk about, and you can also watch this movie. So when it comes down to Batman, Batman doesn't kill. So Batman ends up saving Joker, ends up saving Jason, and then Jason Todd was almost about to kill the Joker, but also ends up saving Jason Todd again because Joker was also on the upper hand on him and killing him. But he becomes a person. That's basically what this story was. He becomes a personality. Comes a personality of a persona that the Joker previously had before him. Now, in the Killing Joke, is a different type of movie, but his Joker we get in this movie, we get the origin of Joker, and yes, also the comic book. You get the origin of Joker, who he is and why he is the way he's insane, or the reason why he tells jokes and thinks the outside world is funny, or the outside society and the world is funny. What people are doing with crimes and all that stuff. It's not the Joker. It's not the Joker movie that was highly successful with Joaquin Phoenix storyline, but it is kind of the same, just a little bit. He, this Joker, he was already a comedian. He was a struggling comedian to try to make money. He had a wife and kids. He was not that he was not bombing on stage. He was just trying to struggle to make money because, there was no. He wasn't making that much money on the different clubs he went to. Um, but he was funny. Some of his jokes were funny, some of his jokes weren't, and he was not, he wasn't the best comedian. So one day, he teams up with these mobsters that always have a scapegoat, or always have a Trojan horse, with them, to be their part of the robbery. So the robbery, their gang was called the Red Hood Gang, and they have one person dress up in a nice tuxedo and have a red hood dome over them with a cape. And they blame. Then once they're done doing what they're doing, they blame it on the person that's wearing the red hood. Well, they were going to um, a crime at this chemical plant, and then Batman happens to be there. And of course, throws his batarang and knocks the Joker, or the guy who is going to become the Joker, down in this pit to make him insane. But he did it on accident because he was trying to get the other people in the gang that weren't the Trojan horse. So the Trojan horse of this comedian ends up falling into a pit. They had to tell the comedian's family that he's dead and gone, and his wife and kids were never found about in this movie ever again. Then the Trojan horse, aka the Red Hood, becomes the Joker, and the Joker wants to get revenge on Batman. So one way he can get revenge on Batman is attack him where it hurts. Attack him where it hurts him so bad, where he has Barbara Gordon working for him as Barbara Gordon working for him as Batgirl or Batwoman, and he ends up tearing her down to only having a wheelchair and breaking her spine, and also making Gordon watch the video that he created of that to his daughter, and also I think the Joker raped his daughter as well, and Gordon was also tortured by that. Batman was also um, went to the origin where the Joker became the Joker, but also went to his funhouse to try to stop him from hurting anyone else. There's more to the story, of course, but this is basically a good combo. But there's more to that story as well. But that's the origin story of the Red Hood underneath there, and he plants revenge on Batman because what he did to him because he had a life, pretty much. Kind of, he had a life with a good, decent life, pretty much. And in this movie, you have the people from the Batman animated series returning to play Batman. You have Kevin Conroy come back to play Batman. You have Mark Hamill coming back to play the Joker. So check that out. So to the death of the family. The death of the family comic book was a big comic book as well because it was basically killing off one of the important members of the family, one of the Robins. Of course, the Robin they used is the same Robin that we talked in the first movie, Under the Red Hood, Jason Todd, and it's pretty much a remastered version of Under the Red Hood, but they had added other stories to the movie because this one was also an interactive movie and it pauses for different settings, different scenes, and different movies, and different scenes for this movie that you can see alternate version of Under the Red Hood. Now, some selections are the same storyline. I can't tell you everything about this movie, but it's pretty much a remastered version of Under the Red Hood. It's just Death in the Family because they had other stories from the comic book from the actual Death of the Family comic book. It's just you had to select a selection for that. Like there was one if Batman dies. There was one where Batman dies. How does Robin? How does one of the Robins move on? Dick Grayson comes and becomes ahead of the Batcave, and same thing. What happened? Different things. What did the Joker end up staying alive? End up Joker was just killed Jason Todd in a different way in a diner. Different things, different storylines, and different alternate stories to add on to Under the Red Hood. But that's the reason why it's all connected because the first movie, the Red Hood, tell you a story about that. Then the origin of the Red Hood, and then this one, Death of the Family, is giving you a little bit more of a storyline of Red Hood and different alternate versions of different scenes of being interactive. I highly recommend checking out Under the Red Hood and Death of the Family because those are the direct sequels to each other. But if you want an origin story of where the Red Hood comes from, also The Killing Joke is also a good one. So again, if you like this, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. And I should be giving you one more or three more movies for this origin story. I mean, three more movies for this origin of this marathon, the Batman movie marathon, with the Christian Bale Batman movies, and also Christopher Nolan movies, and then hopefully I can give you an Easter egg and spoiler video for Robin Pattinson's if I see it again with someone I can go see it with, because the last time I saw it with my friend, I'm not going to sit that movie by myself. It's 3 hours, and I don't want to sit through a Batman-like Avengers movie by myself. So again, peace out. I'm going to go fight crime. Hopefully I can fight crime with the Red Hood.